Back live with you tonight here on In Focus. President Cyril Ramaphosa has vowed that water problems faced by Giyani residents will soon be a thing of the past. He and Water Minister Senzo Mchunu visited Limpopo today to assess the progress at the Giyani project, which has faced numerous tender irregularities. For more now, we're joined by Giyani Concerned Resident Chair, Vusi Chauke. Vusi, good evening, and thank you very much for your time and for joining us today here on In Focus.
Good evening.
From what I'm hearing the president saying coming out of this visit, one is that 60 villages are still without water as we speak right now, and that water would only be delivered to them next year. Can you hear me, Vusi?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
All right. I'm saying from the visit of the president, what I gather is that 60 villages in Giyani are still without water, and those villages are only going to be getting the water delivery next year in March. But not only that, the president pointing that some of the water is in reservoirs and not yet in the households of the families, and blaming that on some capacity problems, saying it's not a question of money, but it's a question of capacity, and they are now putting together some bright engineers who are black who will come and have the expertise and assist. Does that kind of presentation inspire confidence for the residents of Giyani?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think it does, because if you look at it from the visit that Minister Senzo was here, and today when the president was here, when we did the site visit, it shows that there's a magnificent progress, because most of the things which were missing at that time, now they've been installed. The machines have been installed, the pumps have been installed, the pipes have been installed. It's only the matter of some few things which needs to be done to complete the pipeline for water to reach Giyani.
So in a sense, you share the same sentiments as the president to say the project is on the verge of completion. It's not just what do you say, window dressing. That, you know, politicians like to come to projects and window dress, especially when they are canvassing for support and votes, to say, oh well, the project is on the verge of completion.
No, actually, that's true. They usually do that. But then on this project, on this one, which we have a very close eye on it, which we're monitoring very closely, what he's saying is very true. It's almost finished, which by March next year, if they can be able to push production as they were for the last 2 months, it's highly possible. It's highly possible for water to reach Giyani. And remember, it's not water reaching the taps in Giyani, it's the water reaching the canal that's taking water to the Sami Dam, which is the dam in Giyani. It's not the taps. It's not the water that will be coming out from the taps.
Right. That's exactly it. The president is saying, but it's not just the water in the canal that is important now. He's saying he's given instruction to the minister to say, but the water now needs to actually be in the taps, in the homes of the residents. What do you estimate would be the time that now it will take from March, when the water will now be in the canal, and when the water will now be in the taps of the residents?
Actually, when it comes to the time frame, I can't really say, because what's on paper and what's on the ground is two different things. What I'm saying that is, it's not, when you're constructing a pipeline, it's not as easy as it's said, because there's excavation, there's testing, there's this and that. There's so many things that needs to be done for the pipeline to be completed. But then now, Mopani district, there's issued tenders, there are tenders which are out for reticulations for villages around Giyani and the refurbishment of the water treatment plant. So that will commence next year, January. So it going parallel with the pipeline bringing water from Nandoni to Giyani, and the reticulation starting next year. So by the time everything is done, it will be almost in completion, because if the water is here and the reticulation is ready, so people will get the water immediately. So it's not a matter of water getting to the pipes in March, but then in March the construction of the reticulation will be in progress.
So what has happened from the last time you and I had the conversation, but also looking at what did not happen from when the project commenced in 2014, that we have now been able to cover so much ground and have been able to get to a point where we are saying the project is on the verge of completion. What has been done correctly?
Actually, there's a lot that has been done. And what the president and the minister said today is actually what we always say, that it's kind of like impossible for a pipeline of 45 kilometers from Nandoni to Giyani to take 14 years, whereby the stadiums of 2010 World Cup were built in no time. So we all say the same sentiment, corruption that was happening, money laundering and looting from the pipeline, because it doesn't make sense for a small pipeline like that to take almost 14 to 15 years. But then now, I guess, with us as the community and all the stakeholders in monitoring the progress, wanting accountability, it doesn't give room for anyone to do or to conduct the corruption that they used to do. So now they are forced, or they are how can I put it? They are doing what they were employed to do, which is to do the pipeline and complete it to the finish, for water to come from Nandoni to Giyani, and that's all that the community of Giyani are looking for. And the one thing which was a big elephant in Limpopo or in Giyani, it was the issue of stake refill, which is the Litaba Dam, whereby we were saying there is accusation that some of the farmers upstream, they have blocked the streams for farming purposes. So there was, from the last time that we met, or the last time that we talked, you and I, there was an investigation that was done. And what we suspected came out true, because there's about 9 dams which were erected illegally. Some are not complying according to the regulations. Some were erected illegal. So there's a letter which was issued by DWS to the farmers, giving them 30 days to demolish those illegal dams, or the department itself will go in and demolish those dams so that the people can have water at the downstream, which is the water that we need at the Tower Dam.
Now,
so there's good progress, yeah.
Yeah. Another significant report that we got today from the minister in particular is the 7 SIU investigations that are currently underway into corruption. In fact, he says there are 2 more. In total, there will be 9 investigations that will be announced soon into investigations into the scheme. How significant are those investigations, and what are you expecting as a community to come out of those investigations?
Actually, investigations, they were supposed to be started a long time ago, because for 14 years they should have picked it up a long time ago that there's a problem when it comes to a pipeline which only takes about 45 kilometers from the dam to here. So investigation, we welcome the investigation and want all the perpetrators to be dealt with according to the law, because there's a lot of money. It's about 3 billion which went away to Giyani, because that 3 billion, if you can imagine 3 billion, it's a lot of numbers which they could have done a magnificent change when it comes to the water issue and or the delivery of water into the Giyani residents or to the people of Giyani. So we welcome, and we don't want it to be a story of another day. We want it to be dealt with, and we want to see the people involved getting what they deserve and getting the money back, so that the next person or whoever comes next, they should know that Giyani is not the playing ground. And together with that, the corruption that they are doing, it's actually crippling us, the normal people or the communities, whereby the money that is supposed to be used to construct pipelines or any other services, it's being channeled to do something else. So we welcome that very much well, and then we hope that the economists and the people that are implicated in these investigations are dealt with.
And in your experience, I think the minister also alluding to the fact that, I mean, even if you are connected politically, even if you are connected at Lepelle, even if you are connected at Mopani, even if you are connected in the department, or even if you are connected in the construction companies, wherever the tenders were issued, you will be held accountable if you are found to be corrupt. Is that your understanding of the reach of this corruption, how widely spread it is? It's not just located at a department level, it's not just located at the construction company level, but it probably touches all those sectors and all those facets.
Yes, I agree, because if you can look at the procurement processes, it will start from DWS coming down to the contractor. There's no way that one in the middle or one from the beginning or the one or the contractor at the end can be able to conduct corruption without a chain from the procurement processes to the end. So I hope what they're saying, it's not for elections or for campaign preparation for next year. I hope they mean what they're saying, because if it's from whichever they need to account. They need to account. It doesn't matter who he is, where he comes from, because we cannot let the people of Giyani or anywhere else suffer because of individuals or because of the greed of individuals. So that must stop. And if that happens, by all means, we'll be happy.
Mr. Chauke, I appreciate your time and thank you very much. Good to catch up with you again this evening. Chairperson of the Giyani Concerned Residents there, Vusi Chauke. This following, of course, the oversight visit by President Cyril Ramaphosa and Minister of Water and Sanitation Senzo Mchunu to the Giyani Bulk Water Project, saying it is now on the verge of completion. In fact, making a commitment that at least 60 villages which still do not have water will see delivery of water by March next.